Okay. Alright, let's do this. How do I do this? Blah, 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 blah. Where's Omsk? This is just a whole bunch of, of demonetization stuff. It's a good thing I don't have the subscribers to do it, though. So, subscribe. For sure. Okay. Okay. Oh, someone else is watching? Since when? Since when did people watch my stuff? This is the new order mod, by the way. This is what if, you know, I mean, pretty bad dude. I don't even know if YouTube allows people to even say his name. But guy who led a war in Germany, and people knew about him. It's pretty. I heard he was a real jerk. This H guy. Oh, now the two people are watching. Oh, the Siberian Black League. Who are they? Let's find out. Say in the comments if you're here and you're awesome, because then I'll know you're awesome. Or if there's any, if I'm too loud or too quiet or whatever. Okay, so the Siberian Black League. The brightest flame has been flushed out by the darkest night, until all who remained were the children, misguided flock clinging to dead ideologies and false hopes. It's so sad. Their plans foiled each other until the successor slew itself, and out of its corpse the Black League was born. The Russian people had forfeited their chance of prosperity, now thrown into a pit by the Teutonic aggressor, doomed to witness generations waste away until justice be restored. The future is dead, but within the citadel city of Omsk burns a flicker of hope. Hope that one day the Russian people will climb out of the grave and into the light. The great trial approaches, but everyone else is blind to it. Foretold by Dimitri Karbyshev, whose dying eyes now gaze upon a monster burst from the darkest night. The officers of Black League, led by Dimitri... oh, shit. Dimitri... Oh, I messed up. Did I mess up? No. I did mess up. This thing is so, like, finicky. Hold on, let me click it, like, 10 times. Is there, like, a... Can I use... Nope. Okay. Oh, I also don't have any mods, because, I didn't want to pay for them. Even when they were free. So, that's just how it goes, I guess. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Okay, whose dying eyes now gaze upon... Yeah, okay. When the sun sets, men speak in hushed tones across Siberia, telling of a black spot on the map from which emerge ominous clouds masking the movements of soldiers without lines, conditioned to ruthlessly execute anyone who stands in the way of national reclamation. Indeed, the philosophy of the League preaches national survival. The Russian people, yeah, must be prepared for anything, be it the inevitable great trial or nuclear apocalypse. Oh, okay, we're just gonna straight up say nuclear apocalypse that we're with it. Oh my gosh, someone commented, Sidewinder Fish. I know that name. I've heard of it. What's up? What's up? I like your memes. Unbeknownst to many. Oh, my dog. To many, however, the new guard of Omsk. Oh, wow. Omsk has deep lore. Who would have thought that the tiny little city that has like a little meme with like a crow in it, I think. I don't really know the meme though. If the Black League is to remain stable, basically people suck, life sucks, the Great Trial, we're gonna kill Germans. So, Omsk is a city surrounded by enemies, communists, and Tumen. The renegade Red Army is Sverdlovsk, not to mention the various warlords around old Russia. Well, that, we're gonna be fine. Man squabbling cliques reshape the very psyche of the Russian population and be prepared for total war. Ooh, okay. Okay. Who do we hate? These guys look pretty bad. Shoot, let's just do this, right? Like, if we're surrounded. Oh, shoot, hold on. We probably don't have the troops to do this, but, if we are surrounded, you might as well do this. I think I played this a little bit. There's, like, border conflicts you can do. Again, I don't have any mods. I don't even think I should research anything, to be honest. Like, engineering, industry. Like, why should I? I mean, I should, but I don't know. What's more important? Infantry defense? That's probably more important right now, because we're surrounded by people. Alright, let's do one little research. Let's do research speed plus 2%. Let's do that. Oh, the UI is so... If I was colorblind, is anyone here colorblind? How are you supposed to see this stuff if you're colorblind? Like, this is making me colorblind. Like, no offense to the devs, but it's a unique choice, I'd say. Wow, we have one civilian fact. Okay. We're probably not going to be able to build anything, to be honest. What about land forts? I think land forts could be a thing. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do land forts. I mean, if we only have one factory and we're a one province minor, well, yeah, literally one province inside Russia. Here's the world, by the way. So, this guy with the funny name is old. I think he has Parkinson's and he's dying. That's a good thing for us. There's this guy over here who's really not the nicest guy in the world. I would probably actually say evil, because there's some pretty messed up stuff that goes on there. What else? We got, oh, Italians flooded the thing. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that the Italians would do that? Or did the Germans do it? I don't know. But all I know is that there's now a weird connection to Athens that no one likes. And then there's like, if I lived in the city Emmanuel, I would be I would be scared, because you're just like a new city made off of like wonder. And why is this like one province? They should cut this in half to maybe make it two provinces. You're telling me they flooded the Mediterranean for one province? Okay, cool. Like, if Spain even has more than that, and they flooded this and they still only gained one province. What about this? What about the islands over here? Okay, okay, Sicily turned into two provinces. That's cool. And now this is, oh gosh, now that's connected, or it has a river. Where's the music at? Hold on. Where's the music? I would put the Kaiserreich music up here, but I don't know if that music works. Access rated, Jesus Christ. Sabaton soundtrack, cool. It's probably not too loud. There we go. Okay. Alright. Let's play. Free military factors. Oh, we can actually build stuff. What the hell is anti-tank? Oh, this hurts my eyes. Okay. Wow, we have 5 military factories as Omsk. Wow. Like, we're one province, but there's 3 cities inside of here. I guess right now, what are our troops composition? Just infantry, and we have artillery. Okay, so we need artillery. All right, so let's do boom and how many of these do we need? We can't even see how much we need. 9 a year. That's pretty nice. You make more equipment now. But where do I see how much we need? I mean, there's logistics, but okay, we don't need anything. All right, let's make one troop division. And now we look in here. Okay, 90, 24, 6, 10, 30. Okay. Okay, all right. So pow. Get this guy going. There's Dimitri Karbyshev. This guy, apparently, from the stuff that I've read, Dimitri Yazov. Okay, all right, he looks cool. Apparently, this guy, he was like in a concentration camp, and you can read that. Basically, he has massive PTSD. He's very, very angry at the Germans, and he blames them for literally everything bad in the world, which, I mean, obviously isn't wrong. But he's kind of gone overboard with it. And they're now like, everyone who's not with me is against me type of thing. Alright, the last days of Comrade Karbyshev. Alright. This is the fact that nearly everyone in the black... he's dying, too. So, everybody knows that he's dying. And yet, life continues as usual. The soldiers march through the streets. The factories churn out as many guns as they can, between bombings and much to Karbyshev's chagrin. And so, that's a word no one really uses. Chagrin. Start using that in public. See how fast you get, punched in the face. Comrade Karbyshev does not have long, yet his energy does not seem to have left him. Even in his last days, the general plans to tackle some of the greater problems facing Omsk with the help of his closest confidant and student, Comrade Yazov, with his aid in General Karbyshev's characteristics, zeal. The Black League's course will be righted, and we will march forever towards the great trial. Yay! Okay. What are we missing? No template. Missing equipment. Artillery. We have artillery right here. What is this? Is this not artillery? Oh, this is artillery. Okay. Anti-tank. Oh man, wait, anti-tank too? Jeez, since when? Okay. I guess just mark off that and do that. Just so. Low manpower, yeah. No duh. Alright, let's bump it up to speed 5, 4. Let's bump it up to speed 4. Future perfect. Fragmentary text. Is that a mod or is that part of the actual, thing? Site 119. Kavinsky common substructures required by Northern Expeditions 31 City's Ministry of Antiquities. Approximate date 0 AC. 0 AC? Jeez, what is this? We were the generation that time forgot, born in the ashes of our fathers. To the commands we marched. We were young and without choice, led forward by deathless warriors, taking the field to settle their accounts, shot with the starting gun, a blinding light, and the sky collapsed between the weight of our sins. Our heroes unmasked as tricks of the light. So go tell our Spartans, aslumber in their steely graves, that we, obedient to their laws, here lie, nameless of cadre. 130756. That is spooky. So were they hiding in bunkers and stuff? What are our effects? Okay. So we got terror bombings, so we can't build anything even if we wanted to. Every several weeks, Luftwaffe planes from the airfields of Moscow fly over the warlord states of Western Russia, gleefully bombing any civilian targets they find as demented form of pilot training. While they make life hell for the rural communities and can occasionally slip through and rain fire upon provincial cities, they find they're lingering for too long in Russian airspace, risk interceptions by the remnants of the Soviet air forces. If the free aviators were not there to give the Luftwaffe hell every opportunity, the situation in Russia would be far more dire. It's depressing. So we got these cool Chads over here. No national focuses, which they need a tree. I'd play them. If they had a tree, I definitely will play these guys. These guys are just shooting people down, shooting the planes down that are screwing us. Fueled by hate, we basically hate Nazis, and we're gonna kill them. Nothing left to lose. Our backs are pressed against the wall. Our supplies run low, and yet morale is as high as ever. Each and every son and daughter of the Black League knows their mission and knows that they have nothing to lose, for the last trial already robbed them of everything. Ooh. Man, that's depressing. So everybody, I'm going to say that a lot in this mod, I think. A puppet in all but name. So my general is dying. Some people follow his orders, but most people don't. Because he's dying. That's sad. Poor guy. Let him live. No, the music's not. Why is the music paused? Does the Axis radio not work? I guess sometimes the music just pauses, huh? Like if it's like doesn't work, or if it's buggy or something. So basically we get some political power here. What are our decisions? Reunification of Russia. West Siberian Provincial Authority. Okay. Okay. Raiding and looting. Ooh. So we can raid people. That's cool. And then we can purchase equipment, but that's about it. And we have like barely any equipment. Does this guy have any, soldiers? 5? I have 4. That's not good. 5, 4. This guy probably has 5. That guy has 5 to 7, 4 to 6. Jeez. And who's this guy? Tomsk. He has like 7 troops. He has like 4 provinces. 5. 4 provinces. That's pretty nuts. And I'm tiny little Omsk. Chilling. So where should we go through? Against the old guard. State of redemptionary brigades. Our lessons of the first trial. You get some building slots. War support. Let's do this. Oh shoot. On the 19th of January 1962, Erbhard Kolender became the first man to ever land on the moon. Well, that's not right. While the space race has been a struggle between the Reich, Japan, and the USA, while the Americans have managed to put the first man in space, the Führer was proud to announce that German landing firmly plants the Reich as the victor in the competition. This timeline is cursed. A grand ceremony is planned in Germania, and they named it Germania. They actually did. Okay. It was fellow astronauts with the Iron Cross, and a week of celebrations has been declared across the Reich. Well, terse congratulations have been sent from America and Japan. President Nixon has vowed the United States will be the first to create a permanent mission on the moon, and Japan says they'll land on Mars. Okay. Ooh, watch the borders would be good, though, to prevent people from... I don't know what would be better. Building factories up or defending my territory. I'll read that later. Let's do factories first. Just because, like, we need to protect stuff. And how's our construction of our land forts going? How long does that take? Next complete, never. Oh, okay. So I can't build anything even if I wanted to. Why? Why does it take over? I have slavery. I don't have oh. News from Germany and sporadic at best. Information smuggled out of Germania reports that shortly after celebrations of the moon landing settled, military units and several platoons worth of bodyguard units filled the streets and immediately put the city under martial law. Apparently an assassin, where the Germans claimed to belong to the Japanese Kempeitai, attempted to kill the Führer. but was stopped in his attempt by one of Hitler's personal bodyguards. Ooh. Basically, everyone's freaking out, and Japan's doing some stuff. Probably trying to kill Hitler so they can take over stuff. In this world, from what I've read, the Japanese nuked Pearl Harbor. So, that's probably why they own it. Lessons of the first trial. Let's pause it. The first trial ended as the Teuton burned our homes, tore through our defenses, slaughtered our soldiers, and bombed our cities to rubble. In the end, millions of Russians lay dead or enslaved. Many within Russians feebly wonder how this could have been. They wonder what terrible weapons or blessings the Germans had that gave them their victory. General Karbyshev and Comrade Yazov, however, know the truth. The Germans accomplished terrible victory through complete military supremacy. Though through both speed and power, as loath as we are to admit it, the old tactics are perhaps no longer applicable. It is time for a new way. If we defeat the enemy, we must use his own strategy against him. Oof. No. What's that theory about hunting, fighting monsters and then you become a monster yourself? That theory, that saying. It was one thing, thought the old general, to dread the failure of her greatest aspirations, to know the quiet burning of doubt in your gut. But it was quite another thing to look at the twisted remnants of her dreams in the eye every day, to be constantly greeted by people tripping over each other, to I suck at English. For my funny, never heard of it. Never heard of that thing. No, I post on there sometimes too. What was this? Has clung to life on the earth for 82 years, and he had certainly seen worse. He had lost his friends to frostbite, wolves, and concentration camp guards on the 3,000-kilometer overland trek back from Nazi captivity. That had been him a living legend. Oh, basically he escaped. He was a man who could bear torture, both physical and emotional, but he could feel... Look, the music paused again. It was... Maybe I should just turn off the regular stuff, huh? And he had... Basically, this guy's a beast. Shining like the sun in every geopolitical analysis of the coming trial and every snippet of hopeful speculation of the future. Karbyshev's watch was coming to its end. The thought of death, a final rest from all the earthly toil, did not faze him, but when he looked at the nightmare around him, he felt a panicky, hot-headed sense of urgency. His beloved league had grown corrupt and cruel, ruled by officer cliques and cronyism, while innocents labored away in the redemptionary brigades. As painful as it would all be, he had to try one last time. He had to address his sin, his unfinished work on this cursed planet before the long night claimed him. I wonder what that's a reference to. Long night? His watch has ended? Never heard of that. It's probably unique and totally, not from something. What can we do? I have an event. Oh, scavenge for loot. For loot? What is this? Oh, it's Fortnite. Well, isn't Russia just one big battle royale at this point? Look at this. Look at this. Actually cursed. Bormann, his successor? Ugh, now it's even more cursed. Following the recent attempt on the German Führer's life, he basically made Bormann his heir. That's what Hitler chose. His commitment to staying in Nazism, Spears, the reformer, Göring, and Heydrich are probably more radical than the other two. So when the big man dies, people are going to be very upset, huh? Yeah, people are going to be pretty upset. What else is there? Just, you know, stand around. I can't justify war goals apparently in this mod. It's disabled. So what are they doing? They're building bunkers. Oh, they have a big focus tree. Oh no. So this guy's gonna be tricky. This guy has nothing, so I'm probably gonna kill him first. This guy has nothing, so I'll probably kill him too. And this guy is nothing, so I'll probably kill him too. So the people I need to watch out for are these guys and these guys. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Let's go speed 5, screw it. Vorkuta, hey, Vorkuta. May said. Black Ops guy staying in there. That's where Black Ops 2 takes place. One of the missions there. But I know it was real life, obviously. So. Oh, they're at war. They're straight up at war. There's a little Omsk right there, chilling out. What else? Who's the president? Is it Nixon? Of course it's Nixon. So Nixon's the president. Bringing out the tinderbox? What's that? Containment theory. Oh, it looks like they're gonna try to go to war. To Japan, maybe. Let's hope they go through civil rights. That'll be nice. While the current geopolitical situation is not ideal, Omsk does have one great strength that... Oh, okay. Alright, can you chill? And Omsk workers, basically we have a bunch of laborers, and we're going to start building stuff. Sweet. Who is this? Human? Okay, hold on. Let's move over here real quick, and then I'll choose. I think this is one of the things where they're like, hey, we're gonna raid you if you don't do what we say, type of thing. So give me 1 second. Alright, chill. Alright, keep loading. Alright, hey, whoa. Let's get our morale back. Alright, we won't back down. Alright, now move in and defend. We gotta defend. It's only one guy. Come on. Like, we should be able to defend this. One guy in our territory. Yeah, get out of here. Do I have any air force? No, I don't. I don't have an economy. I can't recruit anybody. Not enough equipment to train. Okay. Get out of here. No one wants you here. Yeah, get. Trying to raid me. Enemy is defeated. Now let's take their stuff. Took 175 Mosin nuggets. No, Mosin nugget. Mosins. We took their Mosins. Let's go against them, huh? Can we prepare a raid against them? Who are they? Human? Continent, West Siberia, People's Republic. Okay. Oh, we have stuff to build because we have this. Stability or war support. I mean, probably need more war support, huh? I have no war support, but stability is good. Stability is good. So let's get some stability going, huh? Our agricultural society will develop industrial expertise. Let's do that. Our research. Research or... Nah, just industrial. We ain't the smartest. We know smartest group and bunch. But we'll build things. We will build things. Alright. Where do I go to? I need 20, basically. And I'm gonna do it against these guys. Or these guys. Which ones? Which ones would be easier? Maybe these guys to our south? Let's try it against these guys to our south. Low manpower. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's negative 61% stability. Oh. That's... Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna bring everybody into the middle here. Just so they have, you know, just so we can cross something, or, you know, just so we can basically see the people who raid us whenever, and we can get there faster, you know. Alright, Steel Heart of Omsk. Okay, now the shield, division defense, war support. Let's do the division defense. The shield of the motherland. We're the last hope for the motherland in the end. Under the Tsars, the Russian worker labored endlessly as near slave, while the man on the top reaped benefits, providing nothing in return. The Bolsheviks, too, failed the people. Under Bukharin's undisciplined gaze, our military stagnated, and the Germans marched to annihilate us with near impunity. No more. From Omsk, a new order will sweep across the land, one dedicated solely to the protection and vengeance of Russia. And when we march forwards to retake Moscow, the generals and their scientists, even the Führer himself, will quake in their boots. Yeah, sounds good. Basically, we're the defenders. Underground manufactories. The din of an arms plant is loud. Lathes, stamps, casts, all making an unearthly din as they churned out the guns that would shortly be needed. Under normal circumstances, they would be irritating, but manufacturing in Omsk meant manufacturing underground, safe from German borders or Russian raiders. This meant every vibration shook the whole plant. Every sound echoed off the vast concrete walls in the plan of being in the swirling mess of industry. This was necessary. Alright, so basically, we get one off-mat civilian factory. Cool. And now we have more stuff to make guns. Awesome. More guns will be needed. Alright, so who do we want to go against? This guy, right? Yeah, this guy. Where is it going to take place at, though? Like, I need to know. Okay, hold on. Because, like, I want to be right near him, you know, to do it. And let's get our morale up. How's our training, by the way? Okay, there's a war. The war ended there. Let's get our morale up. Let's get everything up. And then we'll raid this guy. Let's get everything up. Come on, guys. What am I paying you for? Do I even pay you? Is there a way to change my stuff, like my laws and stuff? State atheism? Is there a way to change that? Can I outlaw slavery? No. Can I... No. Can I do some, like, integrated military? Is there stuff to do where... Is there... How do I change this stuff? 14-hour workday. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. That's too much work. Okay, so I can't really do anything about that. We have everything up. So let's attack this guy. We're preparing a raid against the Central Siberian Republic. Wait. Wait, which guy? Wait, I thought we were going against this guy. Oh, shoot. Oh, I messed up. Okay, no, it's fine. We'll get more stuff. No, I meant to do that. Uh-oh. Alright, well, whoops. Central? Really? These guys? I don't know. I thought I clicked on this guy. Yeah, I mean, I meant to do that. For sure. Like, why would I not do that? Like, who would misclick, you know? Who would do such a thing? Alright. The downed eagle. There's no one to blame but Martin himself. That is what he thought as me. Me, 264. That is what he thought as his. Me. 264 fell out of the sky. What? He had been careless. He had flown missions over Omsk dozens, if not hundreds of times, which was a feat in itself considering his 264 was older than he was and handled like a brick. For his recklessness had finally caught up with him, and all it took was 2 good hits and the left wing was sheared clean off the side of his fuselage. And the plane, a 264 is a plane, okay, started tumbling down. He could barely hear his own screams over the thunder of anti-aircraft fire. He blacked out before he hit the ground, the waves of Russia reaching up to claim him. Martin awoke face to face with co-pilot Johann. His face was caved in. Martin screamed and he stood up and his eyes widened. The Me-264 was a fiery wreck in front of him. Hellish red and white flames licked him at tangled spires of metal. Heat rolled against his skin. Next to him, his crew was laid down on the ground, their corpses mangled from the crash. Oh my gosh. A small crowd was assembled in front of the wreck, silhouetted against the flames. Some of them turned their heads in his direction. His breath hitched. He scrambled to his feet and tried to run, but intense pain blossomed to his knees and he cried out, falling to the ground. They were coming. Wait, wait, he said, and turned onto his back. 3 of the silhouettes rushed towards him, their bayonets gleamed with murderous intent. He pulled himself backwards with his arms palming fistful of dirt and throwing it at them. Wait, stop, stop, please. On one of the silhouettes, no, a man in a black uniform brought his boot down on Martin's face. He heard a crunch and nothing more. Oh, so Luftwaffe pilot crashed, and we like Children of the Corn his butt. Yeah, we just, oh my gosh, that's metal. That's awesome. And messed up. So are we gonna start the raid or? Tribute paid. Oh, huh, cowards. Miraculously, Thompson caved in and paid us tributes, handing over desired loot from their state. Bloodshed has been avoided, and our men live to fight another day. It is unlikely that Tomsk is to surrender to us that easily again. So when can I change this stuff? Probably whenever I have a budget, huh? Let's just go back into the middle again. Okay. Alright, alright. So now with this division defense, that's going to be great. Because we basically just will be defensible. Every member of the Black League knows the words of his oath by heart. I believe before all else in Russia, one, indivisible and invincible. I believe in my own strength and the strength of my comrades. I reject the lies of the first trial and embrace the Black League as Russia's one and only salvation in the coming trial. When the days of the great trial comes, I will stand shoulder to shoulder with my comrades. I will face the enemy without fear, and I will put my nation before my life. I will be the sword and shield of Russia, by which justice will be done for the fallen. I swear this oath by my sacred motherland. So we're a bunch of... Russia is just one big LARP fest. We got a guy here claiming to be the next czar. I mean, he is a guy. He is royalty. We got a guy over here. It's like Stalin people over here. We got this guy claiming to be the Norse ruler Rurik II. We got a guy. We got, you know, the former generals over here of Russia. We got yeah, we got pretty big LARP fest going on. The perpetual snow and harshness of Siberia stood little chance in the face of the invincible Russian spirit. I'm gonna play it. Put on low speed. Begun on the series of bunkers below the city of Omsk that will protect native Russians from any fascist German invader or bomb. However, its main purpose will be to house our leadership and a sizable number of troops. The expansive complex will not only feature a primary bunker in the heart of Omsk, but metro system fanning out across the city. So, this is basically metro. Like, we are hiding in the metro. Oh, that's so cool. We're like hiding in the metro systems of Omsk, and we're like hunting Germans. Cool. Very cool. Who should I attack next? I want to attack these guys. I thought I clicked on that. The Khanate of Kokeshitao. They're bandit rabble, steep raiders, division speed, out of supply, and cavalry attack. The new Khan, and they're being terror bombed. Oh, okay. Who's doing this now? Oh, these guys. So basically the guys that I wanted to attack are trying to raid me. Alright, let's just form up, and then I can hit select in a second. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go to speed, like 4. Where can I find, like, how long this is gonna... Oh, 10 days, okay. So I got 10 days. Until my stuff comes back. So let's just wait for a little bit. Get my supply. Let's just get everything back so I can be prepared to fight these guys. Because I don't want to fight them wounded. I want my stuff, right? Like, I want to hold on to my... I have $238 million. But I want to, like, you know, be prepared to fight these guys, right? Just get a little bit more, a little bit more. Alright, we should be fine. Alright, there's the border war. God, if we're not able to defend against one guy, I'm gonna be very upset. Come on. No, no, no. Don't get more people over here. Yeah, get them out. Oh, great. Now they're gonna have more people show up, and this is gonna last a long time. Okay, this guy surrendered. Okay, all right. Maybe this won't last long. Maybe my defenders, my plus 10%. See, I knew it. Enemies defeated. Look, we're great. 175 units of stuff. Let's go get some. Let's go scavenge for loot. I have 1 loot. So, okay, so basically you get loot, and that's how you increase your stability. Okay. That's cool. So I fought them back. They're a bunch of cowards. I'm the best. Omsk prevails once again. Why does my general keep resetting? Like, why is that? Where's the defense? Is there a defensive guy? Engineer? Like, have you guys noticed that? I think, I don't know. Does it change your generals every time there's a border conflict? Is there a defense guy? Defense. What does he have? Politically connected trickster winter specialist. And I'm sure that's fine, but who's the highest in defense? This guy. Well, I don't want to. I mean, I think I'm gonna attack next, but once we do this, how long does it take to? Okay, remember the oath. Cool, cool. Should I go? Should I? Let's do the final speech last. I feel like this final speech should be like a last thing. Review the redemptionary brigades. General Karbyshev designed the redemptionary brigades as a means for those who served the enemy in the past to cleanse themselves. The sons and daughters of these groups that betrayed the motherland in the last trial would earn their salvation through fire and war. Unfortunately, the current state of the League has betrayed this noble purpose. These days, the brigades serve as a tool of various cliques that permeate the once great League. The General has seen this and will thus end it. They will receive new training methods, better equipment, but harsher standards. The officers will be overhauled into loyal children of the Black League. Okay, so we're basically just raising German? Yeah, it wouldn't be German, like former communist children. Okay. Well, let's purchase some infantry equipment from those guys. So apparently there's these guys that make guns for everybody. That's pretty cool. Mongolian Civil War. Oh. So there's like a civil war going on. I do, veggie. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna say that's a good thing. So we're just chilling in Cedar Rapids, also known as Omsk. I guess we can buy support equipment. How do I end slavery in Omsk? Just so I can, I mean, if slavery, it's not, I'm not gonna say that. LGBTQ, BBQ rights. Oh, the equipment arrives. I wish to report. That's a lot of text for just saying that we got our equipment. Oh, okay. All right. Men shout in the distance, retreating from the patch of trees and shrubbery handpicked by the colonel. Found himself alive. His men alive. Okay. Basically, our equipment arrived from those people. So that's a lot of text just to say that we received our equipment. Alright, who cares about agriculture? Just keep doing industrial. Let's keep improving our industrial base. How do I raid this guy? Not successful raid, not filled raid has been, okay. So how do I, okay. So we're reviewing. You don't need to salute me, Karbyshev said. Oh, I really don't know why I'm here. Oh. No, it's a good thing that people saw from the post. Oh, thanks for subscribing, too. You're not legally part. What about now? I don't know if my audio cut out. What about now? Okay, there. I'm on my... Sorry if you heard a double thing. That was my phone. I sat on my... Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, alright, yeah, I sat on my mic for a second. Yeah, I sat on my mic for a second. That was my bad. I was repositioning myself. So you guys can hear me better? That's good. Yeah, support the people who aren't schizos. Yeah, this is the future we don't want, as opposed to what other people might think. But, you know, they're crazy people, so try not to give them too much. Oh, refugees flocked to Omsk. Fyodor had heard stories about Omsk. Granted, they weren't good ones by any rational standard. In Omsk, it was said that people lived in fear, not of bandits, but of policemen. Think that the children of soldiers lived was in elaborate air raid shelters beneath the ground and dined on army rations and canned meat packages, with Bukharin still ruled Russia. Basically, okay. But for a man who had seen his childhood home torched by two different German armies, his friends and neighbors bayoneted by bandits, and who held on to his grandchildren as the last worldly possession of any import, such a deal did not seem too bad if it was true, he reasoned, that tyranny was odious. Odious? Odious? What word is that? Odious? I've never seen that word before. But in his painful life, which has seen the rise and fall of no less than 3 different Russias, he had known tyranny's cold hand in many forms. He had learned to accept it and live alongside it, regarding it as simply a shadow in the corner, a thing to be acknowledged and worked around, and little else. And so, as Fyodor's refugee caravan approached the checkpoint at the perpetuated border of Omsk Black League, wind whipping as the ragged coat he had stretched over himself and his grandchildren, he felt only security and a sense of relief when black uniformed men with guns approached them. His journey across his broken homeland had taken him through countless governments and their hollow promises, time and time again, nearly taken away for all that cared for. But here was a government which promised only one thing: survival. And that was good enough for him. Whoa! 10,000 people show up. That's good. See, I don't understand. See, we have Tomsk here, which is like democracy and stuff. Democracy is cool, but when you're in a Russian battle royale against insane people, I don't think democracy would really work in this situation. Oh, Brazil wins the World Cup. Wow, this is a different timeline. Oh, hopefully I didn't sit on my thing again. Okay. What's the aim of games like this? Basically, basically, Hearts of Iron 4 and games like this, you build yourself up and then you conquer other territories. Right now, our main goal is to unify Russia again. But for this mod, it obviously is a little bit slower, and like it's waiting for the stuff to ramp up, because we're still in 1962, so I think the game's only been going on for a year, but it's trying to ramp up, and mainly why you play like mods like this is just for the story. The mod developers did it pretty well with this story, I think, all these events and stuff. But basically, you just want to conquer the world, get those green dots, and try not to go insane. As what if I get an encirclement? You'll see. You'll see how fun the game actually gets. Once you can encircle an entire army and then slaughter the entire troops and they're reduced to nothing, that's when the game is fun. So basically, it's like one big tease. But luckily, we have good lore to keep us busy. Okay, equipment arrives. Yeah. That big text for that. Alright, West Siberian People's Republic. Alright, these guys, right? Am I clicking on the right people? Okay. I am. Good. Let's go raid them. I can also start. I want to stream Crusader Kings 3 when it comes out too, and do videos on that for sure. Oh, hold on! Don't click on the wrong thing. West Siberian People's Republic. Yes. Okay. Like a massive scale of Civilization 6. Yeah, it's like Civilization 6, but it's not like turn-based. So it's all in real time. The collapse of the triumvirate. So that's it'll. Oh, sorry, I skipped, didn't I? I clicked. Basically, I played a little bit of this before. I only got to this point though. Italy was in an alliance with Spain and Turkey, and it basically it just collapsed. They didn't like their diplomacy with each other, and their colonies are starting to come at each other's throats. So slowly the world is turning on itself. When the man in the high castle over here dies, that's when the game really kicks off from the lore point. This is cool music. What is this? Japan Overture. I like it. Banzai! Oh, start killing people off. Oh wait, we have to pay them when we buy stuff? I thought. Okay. Who knew you have to pay people money to... See, I would do this, but I can't build anything anyway. What about... I can't even build that stuff. Support anti-tank. I have anti-tank. So there's like decisions that we can do. So we're going to initiate the raid. Yeah, we're going to initiate the raid. Okay. So what happens if I buy it? So let's buy more infantry equipment. So we have decisions, we have research to do, like Civ. We have this diplomacy screen you never look at. There's no point. Trade, that's how you get resources and stuff, but I have no factories, so there's no point in trading. I would trade so I can increase my production line. I need more guns, basically. Tribute paid. Oh, they paid. Man, they're a bunch of cowards, man. No one wants to fight. No one wants to fight me. They're a bunch of babies. And then there's like all this stuff I don't even know about. Like there's societal development, economic laws, social laws. It's not even in the base game. And there would probably be more stuff, intelligence agency, law resistance, but I don't have the DLC. So I'm cheap like that. What is this? Prepare the storm, which gains political power, encryption, and decryption. A quiet war. And I gain stability. Let's do watch the borders and gain some land forts. One of the few things everyone in the league agrees on is that we are utterly surrounded by enemies. The greatest threat... Oh, I've already read this. Basically, Yazov will personally oversee the construction of several new lines of defense along our border, as well as the repair of an old radar station. Did I also not read the trust in Yazov? I don't think I did. I did not. He is basically the student of our leader, a brilliant strategist dedicated to the ideas of the League and loyal to his mentor. Believes it is well past time Yazov came into his own. Yazov was given heightened responsibilities across the League as a whole, including supervision over the Redemptionary Brigades, the reforms of which he seeks to spearhead. Finds himself hopeful for the first time in years, for it can see his vision through the end. That's nice. So that's like his heir. So when this guy kicks the bucket, and he looks like he's about to... Oh, speaking of which. It was early in the morning. He was preceded by a steward, sat down by the training grounds of the League, out there in the blur. Okay. Near him was an empty chair. Comrade Kubyshev was not here today. Yazov shook his head, brushing his face with a gloved hand. Thoughts of betrayal assailed his protege's mind, only for a slight tremor. How long do I plan on being alive for? Probably probably be live for another maybe an hour, maybe hour and a half. I don't have work until later tomorrow, so. Your coffee, sir? The steward said. Yazov gave him a faint smile. Banish those forms of address, comrade. We're all equal to our duty. But yes, for now I will take coffee. The steward gave a little bow, perhaps unused to the notion of equality amongst the ranks of the League. Oh, that's nice. Sir. Oh, he doesn't even like to be called sir. See, these guys are wholesome. Wholesome 100. Reddit. Karma. I wonder if he paid her in Reddit. Karma. Stupid. Alright, man. Yeah. Go ahead. Yazov took it and held it in front of him, staring down in the cold, hard-set eyes, reflecting the dark depths, letting the scent immerse him in the memories of things long gone. He took the rim to his lips and drank. They flooded him in an instant. The rich aroma guiding him through the whirling pool of his mind. He remembered his first taste of coffee from before the fall. Then he came upon a scene of comrades breaking bread in freezing weather of the winter battlefield. Hearing the firewood crackle, he let an unseen tear gather in his eyes. They're all dead now. Oh, this is perfect music, too. Yazov put his cup down, gritting his teeth. He held it out for a few moments, pondering whether to finish his drink. Against common sense, he did. He found the fragrance guiding him away from the turmoil of the great patriotic war. Yazov drifted where it led him. Dearest Omsk, dearest homeland. He was sat in the cramped and huddled camps of the refugees fleeing the west. The blood of the Germans spilled, staining even half the world away. He remembered the harsh and bitter coffee of that place and the dank and sour smell that surrounded him. At that precipice, the coffee ceased to be. Yazov stared at the bottom of the cup and smirked. Now was not the time to mourn, but for revenge. I like these guys. It's like the people who were beaten so badly. They just want to return back to normal and will go any way to do it. And they hate these guys. They hate the Reich that did this to them, which is understandable. Anti-heroes. Comrade Dimitri, do you ever get the feeling that you're being watched? His mentor's sudden question caught Yazov off guard. Kabyshev's words hanging in the lukewarm, stale air of the bunker. Do you mean that internal security? Yazov began to reply. Not in that sense, added politely, cutting him off. The old man struggled for a moment to find the right words. What I meant is a sense that your actions are consequential in some respect, that we are being examined by those in the future. Now, what is with the timing of the music, man? It was all sad, now it's all hype. A sense of destiny, you mean? I would certainly hope so. We are Russia's destiny. Yazov seemed poised to launch in another round of patriotic practice slogans, but stopped short. No, quite the opposite. His eyes growing distant and motionless. Have you ever felt the sense that you're nothing more than an insect being stared at through the magnifying glass? That people in the future, on the other side of the looking glass, are looking back. Oh my gosh, is this a meta joke? Are looking back on your choices as the fateful point where everything went wrong. Yazov hunched forward slightly. To this, the other night, I had a dream of some time long beyond ours, where the people of the far future looked down on a ruined, desolate Russia and judged us, the League, as being the ones who led it to ruin. I'm not a superstitious man. I'm not scared because I thought the dream was fated to happen. I'm scared because it was believable. Yazov tried to think of something to say in response, tamping down a wave of purposeless doubt in his mind. He had purpose. This was a just cause, no way forward. In a moment, Karbyshev would surely turn away from the topic. Something where Yazov could just curl up once more and be a gear in the machine, but Karbyshev didn't. He paused and looked Yazov straight in the eye. What I'm saying is, do you ever wonder if we're wrong? See? These are the heroes. They even think what they're doing might be not the good way to go. If you think about it, being a super ultra nationalist, forcing everybody to work and forcing people in factories and forcing people in military, probably not the best idea, probably not the nicest thing to do, but at least, they're doing something, and they want to, well, not doing, basically they're just trying to, free everybody. And they'll have freedom after we kill everybody and kill the Germans. Then we'll have freedom. Then we'll have elections after that. How about that? I'll allow elections after that. Bandits attack. What? Oh, now Turkey, and ever since the Second World War ended, Turkey has been pleased with their share of the spoils. Far too many Turks ended up outside their borders. These long-simmering tensions have exploded today as Turkish president has announced that a state of war now exists between the Turkish Republic and the Italian Empire. Oh. What a way to treat a former ally. So they're at war with each other? They're not technically at war. They're at war with West Jordan. But, man, pretty... Turkey and Italy, who would have thought that they would have gone against each other? But yeah, bandits are attacking us. They came just after sunset, the dry wind carrying their shouts and the clatter of hooves. Half of them didn't even know the name of the town, but that wasn't the point. They were there for plunder, pure and simple. Such a barbaric event would be unthinkable in the League's core around Omsk itself or in the stateless major cities, but on these windswept steppes, where borders were just an idea, the League's presence in a small village is often accounted to little more than a few under-equipped frontline or garrison cadres. For what it's worth, they acquitted themselves well. The men and the women of cadres 10-3-8-5-8 and 10-9-6-3-3 and 10-9-6-6-7 fought as best as they could to protect the agricultural workers stationed there. I get infantry equipment if I go after the bandits. And okay. We'll find the people who did this and make them pay. So, I mean, the land fort's pretty good, but that's just in Omsk, huh? I mean, is a land fort that good? And okay, you say infantry equipment. Okay, I'll believe you. I'll go after the bandits. If the bandits give us infantry equipment from your Let's Play, okay, cool. All right, thank you, man. Yeah, we'll take over. We'll take them and get their equipment, because right now we need 47 howitzers and 73 support equipment. We need more men. I'm gonna just add one more division so we can have 1,000. We only have 1,000 manpower left, but who cares? Oh yeah, we had 10k whenever that. Yeah, true. We had 10k whenever that. How do I? Yeah, there we go. This UI is so weird. How do I know? How do I know if they're going towards it? Like I'm clicking on them. Okay, they should be stationed. Can I change the color of these guys? Let's change it to red. Get dark red. Alright, chill. Yeah, it looks like they're going towards them, I think. So watch the borders, a quiet war. His most private moments expressed doubts of a smoother transition of power. Comrade Yazov has already begun his efforts to grow his own power base and to continue the schemes of his rivals, and yet more must be done. Comrade Yazov will train the Redemptionary Brigades to prepare for the highest treasons. Not 7. As a whole, earning their loyalty and respect. So he's training them to be like super spies. Cool. Oh, let's raid somebody. Let's not scavenge for loot. We have 1 loot. Let's raid somebody. Can I raid somebody? No, I can't. How do I raid somebody? Why are these X'd out? Has at least one has not been raided. Oh, So I can't raid them because they were all raided before. So, okay. Alright, fine, I'll scavenge then. And then I'll fund the schools. I guess we'll fund the schools. Psh, who needs it, right? Oh, Jesus. Who are these guys? Kokesh? These guys again? They want to get annihilated again? Alright. Alright. If you think this is wise. Let's wait the 12 days so we can get reformed up. I should start exercising, shouldn't I? I should. Whenever after this, I'll exercise my troops, and if I forget, remind me to exercise my troops once once we're done with this. Come on, guys, get your... Oh, Jesus. Oh! We can have 2 events. Alright, hold on. Let's read this event real quick. Move, Cadre 104924. Move silently through the forest towards the sounds of raucous laughter and roaring bonfire. The small encampment belonged to those raiders who had been so brazenly attacked. And then only a couple of days before, now it's time for their just rewards. Hey, we're attacking the raiders. 5 full cadres of well-armed infantry made a quarter circle as they moved towards the clearing where the drunken bandits enjoyed their revelry. There was a click of bipods unfolding, the soft ticks of safeties, and the crunch of soldiers laying prone on the soft snow. Pick your targets and wait for the signal. After what felt like ages, a squawk came over the radio. Open fire! The ill-conceived party became a hellscape within seconds. Tracers ripped through the tents, horses, men, trees, everything in sight. Some were shot where they sat, drinking and yelling. Others had time to emerge, stumbling from their tents, only to be shot down in an orgy of violence. After a couple minutes of continuous fire, the encampment was utterly ruined. A soft moaning sound flew into the night. It would not be heeded. The slow line of black-clad soldiers were there to check for survivors. They would not survive much longer. Hey, infantry equipment. Thank you, Mr. Roose Bolton. Did I didn't sit on my mic again, did I? I keep shifting in my chair. Alright, let's change this. Okay, cool. And then the ultimatum. We don't have full morale yet. Our organization yet, so. No, it's all slowing down. Alright, give me 1 second. Alright, we should be good. We will not back down. Border war. Our border conflict with these guys again. We're about to annihilate them once again. Oh, look at that. Just not even, not even. Now I have all the freaking support equipment. Let's go train. Let's go exercise. Or, let me raid somebody. If I can. Can I raid somebody? No. I can't. Okay. See, every time a border conflict happens, does it reset your general? Like, who is this guy? Like, I want Dimitri. And where's my field marshal? I think that's what happens. Every time there's a border conflict, it resets your stuff. Sad music's playing again. Of course it's the Russian music. Because the whole area is sad. There's a whole bunch of sad people walking around being sad. That's just the way it is. People are sad. When General Karbyshev first dreamed of the League during the last trial, he envisioned a disciplined army ready to stand for Russia at any moment, unbroken and united in their purpose. Of late, it seems the officers of the League lost their way. Bickery and disunity has become a way of life for the League, even to the point where many question the general's authority, but this will end immediately. Once measures will be taken to ensure that the old guard are cowed and brought back to the fold. by force if necessary. Okay. I wonder what Germany's done. Oh, they're increasing the budget. They're taking the Midlands. What's Wales doing? Nothing. Scotland, what are you doing? Ulster? No, some of these people just don't even have national focuses at all. So, Iberian Union, tourism in the governorates, no national focus. So you're telling me Turkey doesn't have a focus tree, but the Levant does. Saudi Arabia. We got Middle Africa hanging out. Our friends in France. And then we got South Africa here. The monarchy debate. Sit down with Tambo. Rights for tribal lands. Votes for all folks. What's the USA doing? Hope they're doing something nice. Can I exit out? Okay. Influence the partisans. That sound very nice. Oh, they're all against. Yeah, they're against Japan. Strike the match. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It looks like they're about to go to war with Japan, maybe. Alright, hold on. Let's fund some research, I guess. And prepare the raid against the Central African Republic of Tomsk. Right? No. Okay, these guys are Tomsk. Have we raided these guys? We haven't raided Kokeshu. Stop that. Go here. Go here. Alright, the old guard. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of words. Okay. A lot more okay, so perhaps it was because the new things were coming to an end soon, or perhaps himself anyway. He smiled at the thought of the early days when his vision had been so clear and the path towards national redemption seemed so obvious. He was overjoyed when the many of his officers and old comrades volunteered to join the League and help him save the motherland. If only they had stayed true to their word and not fallen astray, perhaps even then they can simply conceal their cynicism from him. And he had always planned to use the League as a path to his personal health and power. The old general prayed it wasn't so. He did not want to consider that so many of his friends might have always been this corrupt and power-hungry, but then if the League had made them this way, was that any better? He had spoken with the Kakharkakin yesterday about the growing corruption in the League and what might be done about it. As always happened when he brought up these things to Alexander, he was gently chastised for making mountains out of molehills when there was more important issues to focus on. He didn't have the heart to tell Alexander. He knew that he was skimming money out the budget for his personal projects. It wouldn't have mattered if he had. Just like all of Kabyshev's old friends, Karkadin seemed to think of him as more of a puppet than an ally these days, someone to prop up for the League. Aw, his friends were taking advantage of him. Man, why you gotta be mean to my homeboy? You know, he's just trying to do what's best. You know, he's just a nice guy. He was hanging out. That's you know what? They need some discipline, right? They need to respect my authority. While the general's reforms have perhaps not had the desired effect, he is not an idle man and will not allow himself to sink into inaction and despair. Many low-level commanders within the League report a sense of indiscipline and cowardice among the lower ranks, and fighting has become commonplace among the men and women that are supposedly Russia's saviors. Perhaps a stronger approach is needed. General Karbyshev will work to enforce greater discipline in the ranks. Drills will be held twice a day, meals will be shortened to 10 minutes, and dissenters will be given harsh punishments. Very cool. Very cool. And I was thinking to start streaming more on YouTube instead of Twitch. And start basically, I might do some recordings, but I think most of my videos from now on are going to be streamed. Just so it reduces the editing time, stuff like that. I don't have to edit that much. Or maybe I will. I mean, it'll finish up on YouTube. Maybe I'll record it then. I don't know. Maybe I'll edit it. Maybe I'll just give it flat so people can watch the whole stream. If I do edit it, it would take more time. Time I might not have. So I'll probably just leave it like this. And I think instead of Twitch, I'm just going to start streaming on YouTube more. I think people sleep on YouTube. I think it's more accessible to people. And I like it. I like YouTube. It's not that challenging. And everybody knows me on YouTube anyway. So, what do you guys think? I think it's fine this way. Oh wait, what am I doing? I have to attack these guys, right? Am I ready? Am I ready to attack them? I am ready to attack them. Let's attack them. Let's initiate the raid. Tribute pit. I'm telling you, man, they're scared of me. They are scared. Breaking the cliques. So I'm enforcing. They wreck a discipline. Yeah. Hey, it's my birthday. The white tablecloth hung limp like a shroud of a casket. The hot yes, Twitch, yeah. Yeah. I think the same way. I think YouTube will be a better platform to go on. Plus Twitch, I don't agree with a lot of their decisions anyway. I mean, YouTube has some monetization issues, but I feel like they're gonna see how much money they can get from streaming, especially now that like Doc is on YouTube now. They're probably gonna change the whole system. The white tablecloth hung limp like a shroud on a casket. The hot, coagulated air seemed to stand still in the room, sending pricklings of discomfort across the skin of those there. Walter scurried across the invisible line in the middle of the room, seemingly afraid of the psychic consequences of standing near such a powerful charged fault line. On one end of the table, a menagerie of unimportant functionaries. Oh, okay. Karbyshev's among them, his face recalling some timeless monolithic statue. Does anyone know if this guy existed in real life? In like the original timeline? This Karbyshev guy? I want to read more about him. I'm probably going to read more later. The Cage General. Yeah, if anyone knows this guy who actually existed, I think that'd be cool. Basically, blah, 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 his face recalling some, yeah, okay. I regret to interrupt this luncheon with such uproar, but a plot was uncovered against the leadership of our league. He paused for effect, throwing a glance at the men seated at the table at his side. It has been dealt with. Karbyshev, of course, knew all too well what was happening, and his heart sank. It was all over. And his plan. No, he had failed. Oh, wait, hold on. What happened? I missed something. Who's Abacum? I don't know who this guy is. He had failed, but he would not go down quietly. Abacum, or one of his cronies, was in the middle of gloating when a withering stare across the room, his words falling to the floor like a dead bird. 10 years now, Korbyshev almost whispered before raising his volume tenfold. 10 years now, you people I once called my comrades betrayed my trust, and since I've been nothing. He was a Russian officer that killed off in World War II. Oh, okay. 10 years now, you people I once called my comrades betrayed my trust, and since then I have been nothing but window dressing for continued victimization of our people. I have watched you send women and children to war armed with museum pieces. He paused, rising from the table and setting his chair fall to the floor. I see you for who you are now. You rats are just as treasonous as Vlasov and his vermin. Gorgeous spat with pure venom, animated by terrible anger. I have lost many things from the waste they fed up in the camps. Muscles, fat, teeth, but not my convictions. The Germans executed him in one of the concentration camps by leaving him out to die of exposure. Oh, man, that's messed up. Hey, these German guys, these Nazi guys, you know, they're just jerks. You know, this might be a little bit hot topic, but I think they're bad people. I think they're just, this Hitler guy is a big jerk. I think he's very rude. Discipline in the ranks. The report on the reforms were not good at all. What little hair, was this really what it had come to? Could he not even get junior officers to follow his orders anymore? Some cadres refused to drill twice a day, while others drilled twice but not even half as long. So basically nobody's paying attention to him. They think he's an old man and that he's dying, and who cares? The League was further gone than he had dared imagine. Deep inside of himself, a small voice questioned if it was still worth the effort. He crushed that voice, as he had done so many times in the past. He had made his choice years ago when he created the League. He was too far along to start doubting himself now. The League had wandered off, of course, and would spend whatever time he had left trying to get it back on track. His legacy depended on it. Russia depended on it. He could not abandon his nation, not when so many people already had. He believed before all else in Russia, one indivisible, invincible. So long as he lived there would remain at least one member of the League who stayed true to his principles. They were all he had left. Soon, war will start happening, I think. But who should I attack first? I'm thinking these guys. Kokeshitel. I feel like this would be a good opener, these guys. I'll try to like pin them here and I'll encircle the rest. Not enough equipment. What do I need? What equipment do I need? I need more support equipment. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. Do a minus off of that. Oh, now we have another free military factory? No, we don't. It's just laggy. Game's just laggy. Any decisions to do? Scavenge for loot. Let's not. Should I scavenge for loot? Are these schools and stuff worth it? I know it increases your stability for a bit. It lowers your war support. I mean, I guess I can do it. 15%. Factory output's not really going to change anything. Any word from Abukov? Kabyshev asked. Anything known? No. Any already knowing the answer? None. The young Tatar lieutenant who served the old general's aide de camp. Likely still recovering from the tunnel action you gave him. The young officer was technically Karbyshev's countryman in a way. Karabyshev himself was a Tatar, albeit Siberian and Orthodox. Extraction and I'm butchering these Russian names. Magomedov hailed from Tatarzian proper, but nationally wasn't why the Glaver. Are they making names up? Had insisted on his man serving as assailant for the past decade. Have you seen the doctor's report? Asked Kabyshev. Nothing you probably don't already know. Haven't heard on the grapevine. Doctor says I'm not long for this world. Kidneys are going out, plus half a dozen other things. His face went white, not so much before he was unaware of the fact, as because responding to such a statement was not the easiest task. I know, not the easiest line to follow up on. One way to put it, I suppose, replied Magomedov, gathering his wits. Have you figured out, final wishes and such? I'm in the process of doing just that, of doing so. But I assure you, you can have anything from my little office and quarters when I go. Both men laugh, and for a moment the oncoming specter of death didn't seem so immediate. It's funny. I like this guy. He's a funny guy. He just wants, he just wants to hold his, hold his people responsible and take care of everybody. Anti-tank. Do I need anti-tank equipment? I guess 37. Am I not producing any? Oh, because of the factory output. Yeah, alright, I'll buy some support equipment. Alright, let's do the final speech. As the journal surveys results of his hard-fought reforms, he is forced with one bitter truth. One bitter, inalienable truth. He has failed. As his health worsens more and more, the once proud father of the League finds himself desperate. The League spirals towards disaster, and yet none save Comrade Yazov heeds his words. Though discouraged, the general has not lost all hope. He has called the General Assembly of the League and will give one last impassioned speech, begging the men, women, and children that call Omsk home to look within and recognize the course of disaster the officers have put them on. Be ready for the trials ahead. Sad. Sad. Sad times. Alright, I'm just gonna go back to... Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna go back to training. Exercising my men. Hold on. Okay. Gentlemen, please settle down. I've brought you here to discuss a very important matter, and I need your attention. Karbyshev at the head of the table watching Sakharovsky and Valukin shouting at each other, each accusing the other of corruption, treason, and a dozen other things. They had not been in the room for 5 minutes. Already things are getting out of hand. Gentlemen, please stop arguing for one moment. Reluctantly, both men quieted down and turned to him. Does anyone know when Kardin is going to arrive? Karbyshev asked, gasping for breath after his outburst. He isn't coming. He said he has important business and requests a briefing on whatever we discussed. I told him this was important. You know, Dimitri, I'm just telling you what he told me. Very well, I'll have to catch him up and speed it later. I didn't talk to you all about the rampant factionalism I'm seeing in the League recently there has been. Dimitri, I don't mean to interrupt, but before you continue, I must say something. The only one responsible for factionalism is the traitor sitting across from me. I'm the traitor? Those are bold words coming from you. You think I don't know about your private security force? The two men descended in their incessant squabbling. Karbyshev sighed in despair and turned to look out the window at the snow-covered gardens. It was going to be a long day. Man, he can't even get his men. He can't get his men together. He needs to get his house in order. When can I... So not successful raid. So I basically just have all this amazing rating. I haven't even lost a single raid, I don't think, not yet. Am I at negative 30%? Yeah, I am. I am at negative 30%. Awesome. I am at 30%. Negative 30% stability. That's not so bad. State of Turkestan is at war with these guys. The war ended. Eric Koch severely injured in Q bombing. The second attempt on the life of a German leader has been made. Martial law has been declared across the Ukraine following an attempt on the life of this guy. Good. When a bomb hidden in his personal vehicle detonated. Dang. Germany's falling apart. I want to take these guys out though. They got 2.70 million manpower population. Recruitable population. How much recruitable population they got? 30,000. I need to take them out. I heard there's like a secret event you can do if you like use the console commands. with Omsk, but I'm not sure. Karbyshev's last days. Karbyshev motioned Magomedov over to his side table in his Russian in his office, glanced around. Not in Russian, but in Tatar, his other native tongue. Listen, Kashan. The old journal said in a grim seriousness in his voice, when I die, well, I have faith in Yazov. A moment passed. But if things go badly, go north and tell them Yelena sent you. Magomedov replied with a look of mild disbelief. My daughter? Yes. Karbyshev responded, she's smarter than I am, truth be told. Got out when she still could. His eyes grew distant, as if imagining another time and what could have been. But I've got a thing for lost causes, and I suppose. And I stayed. This monstrosity was built up around me, built on me. Dimitri, I'm at a loss for words. I really can't express my thanks, but Dimitri, why me? You know, you're the only people who calls me that, just Dimitri. Thanks because you asked me to, sir. I asked everyone to do that. They don't. Even Yazov can't bring himself to, and it's part of why I care about what happens to you after I'm gone. See, when Yelena defected, when Yazov can't bring himself to, and it's part of why, hold on. Sorry, I got lost in thought for a second. Who would sit down and talk to me as a human being, as a friend, not just worship me or try to get favors. You're practically the only one I have left now. I sit upon here in heaven and watch all people down below file into church and will hear and pay their respects, and their little ceremonies end, and they all go back to ignoring and everything I stood for. I'm not a real person to them anymore, just an image, a myth. The old man sat back in his chair. That's why I care. Because a pedestal is the loneliest place in the world. Dimitri retires as Field Marshal. And then he gets promoted to Field Marshal. Okay. Who's the, like a sad. Says he wants his friend to be taken care of. Let's fund new schools. Yeah, let's fund new schools. Alright, here's the big speech. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on, let's fund new schools real quick. Okay, comrades, countrymen, fellow members of the League, thank you for joining me today. It had been some time since I made a public address, but there are matters of vital importance that must be discussed, and I believe each and every one of them deserves to be involved in that League. I know in my heart that every member of the Black League believes in our mission. From myself to the rank and file members of the cadres, all of us want a strong, unified Russian nation underneath the Black League as the best organization to accomplish its goal, but in recent years we've been consumed by distractions and division, fear we have strayed away from our objective. I've seen troubling signs of infighting and factionalism from my subordinates. For many officers of the League, let me be clear that there is no room for factionalism within the Black League. If Russia is to be reclaimed from the darkness, we must work with a unity of purpose, united by our love of our motherland. I'm troubled that I must remind everyone that your loyalty is not to your superiors, but the Black League itself. I've also uncovered extensive networks of corruption from high-ranking members of the League. I shall not identify names here, as I believe in offering a chance of redemption to all, but let me be clear that if this corruption continues, there shall be consequences for all of us. If any of you believe that you know of any corrupt or unpatriotic behavior, I would urge you to report the suspect and make sure that justice is done. The greatest betrayal a League member can commit is placing their own needs above the Russian people. I had hoped these matters would be solved internally, but I have realized they are too widespread to not be discussed in public. I have that by addressing you, the patriots who make the foundation of the League. We might be able to finally put an end to factionalism and corruption, and the League will believe in its original purpose. Thank you and good night. But does anyone listen? Falling snow. In the end, the monster created has grown out of control. Luna's life fades from his body. The officers tear the League's bloated corpse limb from limb. The general sees the great trial approaching closer and closer by the day, that he knows now he will not be the one to face it. But perhaps there is one who can. General Karbyshev and will thus perform one last act in the service of the motherland, knowing that Comrade Yazov, with a useful drive and determination, will complete the general's mission. It's time to take a stroll. I wonder if he's going to kill himself. I wonder if that's the thing that he's doing. It's just gonna end it. Why can't I raid people? Like, why can't I raid this guy? Uh-oh. Has Burgundy finally done it? The Swiss Seismological Service has issued a press release with worrying news last night in Zurich. Noted a seismological event somewhere in the Burgundian Jura that lasted 4 seconds and reached 4.6 on the Richter scale. Due to the lack of aftershocks, they conclude it is not natural activity, but likely a man-made incident. Uh-oh. Several Swiss radiologists have reported a spike in airborne radiation equivalent to a mild nuclear meltdown or an atomic air blast. Governments worldwide have arrived at one conclusion. The Burgundians have successfully tested a nuclear device twice as strong as the one dropped on Pearl Harbor in 1945. With the shadow state remaining tight-lipped as ever, the news will likely never be confirmed. Still, seems that 1960 will be remembered as a dark point in history. Oh god, the freaking the SS have nukes. Oh no. Oh god. That's not good. The music fits too. Alright, yeah, I can finally raid them now. Prepare to raid them. No more of that. I don't know why. I don't need to draw that. Okay, let's get ready to go. Oh, I have it paused. I'm like, why are they just standing there? What weapons do you guys need? What supplies do you guys need? Artillery? Oh my gosh, artillery and support equipment. Should I just spawn them in? I feel like I should just spawn them. I'm just deploy them. Like, I know they don't have a lot of equipment, but I'm sure we'll get it once we need to. Alright, and I'll just cancel that. I feel like manpower in the field is what we need. No, not there, there. Primary minister and the Japanese. Basically, there's no sultan, and Bulgaria goes into isolation. Okay. The sultan, was it Indonesian sultan is doing something? No. Something. There's a new sultan somewhere. Doesn't really concern us though. Does not concern us. Not true Russian patriots. Holland's okay, I have 26 days to do that. There's 6 people watching. Oh my goodness. So we're about to raid this guy. And I think we're all good to go. Welsh unionists win elections. Britain is not a dream. Let's just get a little bit more. Actually, let's just do it. You know, just do it, you know. Just go for it. I wonder if my stuff will change. Tribute pay. Ah, see? They're scared. They're scared of my amazing force. I'm telling you, man. They always cave in. It was a front near the whole foreign ministry of the front. Yes, there were state meetings, lowly assemblies, and a few low-ranking diplomats from the bordering warlords. That was it, though. What was not a front, however, was Alexander Sarkovsky and his gang of plotters. Every night after conducting their normal business, they would retreat to room 4 on hall 5 on the 3rd floor of the war ministry. Usually they would leave early hours in the morning, sometimes they remained there until dawn, coming out with heavy coats and looking more tired than anyone. Now, to most outsiders who have never heard of the theory of terror, it seemed like crackpot science, something invented by a New England liberal arts professor who had seen too much coffee and read a little bit too much Jean-Paul Marat and Herbert. On closer inspection, it began to seem more exact. Sarkovsky had stumbled upon what he believed to be the purest form of justice, terror. After all, was it not Robespierre that wrote, "Terror is the only justice, prompt, severe, and inflexible"? Was terror not most effective means of moving men do unimaginable things to make them recoil? Hey, Goof Goop. I loved, I loved the name, Goof Goop. So good. If Sarkovsky could master the art of wielding terror, he could master the world. Sarkovsky. So basically, there's people being scary people. And that's all my focus trees. Maybe there's going to be another one later. Oh, I'm dead. I died. I just had a heart attack. The fall, or the death of Karbyshev. Oh, this guy was so cool, though. He was such a nice guy. It was over. All the old martial schemes had failed. Once he had fancied himself the pilot of the great ship that was his beloved league, perhaps this had even once been true, but in ways that only human beings could. Dimitri Karbyshev has deluded himself, thinking himself to be sailing Russia's new dawn, when it was little more than a wooden figure carved on her prow. All the papers strewn across his desk were little more than butterflies without wings. So depressing. Perhaps a walk outside will clear things up. It wasn't like there was any other option. The old marshal left his office, passing through multiple security checkpoints on his way out, and catching more than a few surprised glances, yet at the same time he felt invisible. The only person who even asked his business was Magmadov, slumped half awake behind the security desk. As the cold nighttime wind whipped against Karbyshev's old frame, he felt a strange sense of peace. Certainly, it was one tinged with sorrow. Hold on, we have to play the... Yeah, this is the one when the Axis won the, won World War II. Which one's the sad song? There we go. Alright, here's the sad song. As the cold... Okay, where was I? Looking up at snowing night sky, watching the snowflakes emerging from the darkness, the old general felt as if he had done his part. What would be, letting the faintest hint of a smile creep across his wrinkled face. He waved to the sentries at the guardhouse as he walked out the main gate of the command compound, strode into a corpse of trees towards the riverbank. Half frozen by the early Siberian winter, the little creek babbled softly at the general's feet, lapping up against the icy ground. His boots quivered and on the slick rocks of the riverbank. He didn't struggle when the cold waters claimed him. He jumped into the water! The next morning, the interior security men would ask Magmadov 1,000 times what it was Karbyshev had said to him before leaving. "I'm going outside and maybe some time." No! The fascism party will be called Cherna Liga. Change in popular despotism minus 40%. I lose 100 political power. Replace a puppet in all but name with new leadership. Dimitri Yazov becomes the new head of the party. Dimitri Yazov is part of the new generation of post-Soviet leaders. Those born after the rise of Lenin with no memories of the Tsar or the Great War. They knew hardships as children, but were told of this hardship was necessary. When the Nazis came swarming from the west, they fought basically the West Russian Revolutionary Front military failures. 1950, younger men. When Karbyshev passed, he carried his burden out to Yazov. Unlike his former mentor, Yazov has built the will and stamina to implement it. Nothing, not even the threat of atomic fire, will be enough to deter him from his course, and he frequently boasts that if all Germans and all but one Russian perish in the coming war, it will still be a victory. Omsk is stirring from its slumber, and the world trembles at the thought. Okay, so basically, it's time to get stuff done. Like, these people, these scumbags, have taken over too much. Those who were left behind. It's been a few days, and his comrade Karbyshev took his walk to the... We need hype music now. What is hype for music? We need hype. Hype. Sounds good. Sure. It's been a few days. Yazov took his usual seat next to Old Man's side, waiting for his turn. Today, too, the fields were nosy with men. The two cups sat in the cold. What was the man thinking if he found Yazov doting off? He was sat up, his elbows on his knees, tapping his fingers as the cold breeze. Okay, he was old, however. Oh, wait, still Kardashev did not appear. He was old, however, maybe his creaky joints made him late. Yazov laughed, but it was hollow. Aides and officers came out of their offices, begging him to return to his quarters. A storm grew in the distance, and the clouds grew stark, steely in outlook. The sun went down, the snow fell. Still Yazov sat, waiting, his fingers clasped together. Breathing with every shiver and shock, an aide, braving through the harsh winter, came beside him. Yazov was still. Sir, it might be time to rest. You will sadden Comrade Kardashev deeply if he returns. Yazov stood, gathering with all his strength to speak at the din. The only word Kardashev could not keep. He's sad. He's sad. His mentor died. A terrible day for rain. It's just one big meme, dude. The rain poured upon the streets of Omsk as the procession marched through the streets, the drumming of rain upon gravel and boot upon stone. In the center of the column of the wordless soldier, a simple wooden coffin rested upon the hands of the chosen few. Basically, he's dead. Kardashev, closest follower, not a leader, just a follower. As the procession passed apartment block after block, sorry, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm trying to keep my voice, When you're talking for 2 hours straight, your voice kind of gets strained. Yazov exhaled deeply as he knelt with the others. Everyone is sad. Everyone's sad that my friend is dead. Uh-oh. How do I move this? How do I... Oh, okay, I see. It zooms in on where the... Oh, now, oh, great. Now I'm really messing it up. Oh, God. This is what happens when you zoom out. Don't ever zoom out. I mean, I can obviously click it, but I just want to have it where I can see other stuff. All hail Comrade Yazov. God, I'm ruining it. It's all ruined. General Kardashev. I'm trying to click and drag it, but it ain't moving. I think it's because like everything gets like reset. Here Russia, basically my boy is here. Yeah, I'm trying to click and drag. Is there like a right click and drag, shift and glad? Can I shift it? Can I tab? No, that's all right. I don't mind. Yeah. So all hail Comrade Yazov. Oh God. Oh, everything's falling apart. Okay. Who's this? Novobrisk? He's got. Oh, so they want the guys who surrendered last time. Want me? Okay. Yeah, I think it's just the mod because it's spread out. The closest thing to a father, Dimitri Yazov, has known as dead. Yazov. Okay, so. There's much work to be done. He's really mad that his mentor is dead, and we're gonna click on this once we are positioned. Can I go to war with somebody with this focus? Why we fight, honor the dead general. Chance at redemption, I think is what that word says. Yeah, chance at redemption. And new tactics. Okay, I can still click on it, but unfortunately... Yeah, unfortunately the mod is making it weird. Hopefully nothing like pokes out over here. I mean, it'd probably just refresh if I quit and reload, but... Yeah. Okay. Playing Hydra. Ooh. Fortress Omsk. Cool. Soon war will happen, I'm sure. Let's just get this ready so we can declare, so we can go through this border conflict because I'm not losing. anything. Remind me not to zoom out again. Uh oh, okay. Alright, against the grain. Gentlemen, I am honored by your presence and your willingness to listen to me. Of course, Yazov was perfectly aware that many men in the room would prefer to see him shot than listen to someone they regard as an upstart firebrand. As the new Glaverick of the Black League, I would like to make it clear that I intend to exercise my new role. In the last days of our dearly departed Karbyshev, thank you, Goof Goop. In the last days, there was no respect or authority among the highest rank of our organization. Our founder, a living example of the principles we all seek to emulate, was ignored and regarded as little more than a figurehead. His wise counsel was spurned, and our mission was corrupted by bureaucratic cliques. He could see the discontent evident among the men seated before him, but he carried on. While I have no intention to punish those responsible for this system, I certainly do not expect it. Save my political power? Okay. His wise counsel was spurned, and our mission corrupted by bureaucratic cliques. He should see the discontent evident among some of them. Oh, I already read that. I have at my side a staff of capable of others and generals, and with their help, as well as I hope yours, I intend to make the organization into something of which our dear Dimitri Mikhalkovich would be proud. Save my political power, but should I click on these? Like, should I be focusing on, like, silencing dissent and training new recruits? Because that's only 55 political power here. I'll still have some here. Hold on, let's get some stuff back. Not yet? Okay. Ending the corruption. I'm really sure about this, sir. I'm gonna say we will not resist, by the way. Yazov glared at the officer holding the new memo. Did I stutter, Lieutenant? No, of course not, sir. It's just that, well, this seems exceptionally harsh to me. Dozens of executions, hundreds of arrests. Some of these people are the most senior members of the League. Can we really afford to get rid of them? Every person on the list is a coward and a thief. Yeah, most of this amount is political decisions. Okay. The Black League has no place for them any more than, and we must show the members of our league what happens to those who obstruct our progress. Now I would encourage you to deliver the memo as fast as you possibly can if you don't want to be considered an obstructionist yourself. Oh man, so we're just executing. Yeah, Yazov don't play no games, right? Yazov don't play. Should I save it like maybe 100 political power then? Once I have like about 100 or 150. Italy wins the Italo-Turkish War. Peace in the Middle East. The low overcomes the high. Existence is subjugation. Yazov let the line hang in the air a few seconds before carrying on. Subjugation of reality to one's own desire. The simple fact is the ideals have failed Russia as a system and ideals that place other unworthy people in positions of power. In the First World War, Russians bled and died for the sake of an incompetent man who had done nothing. We must recognize that there is no inherent right to existence. To life, we can only rely on ourselves. Black League's trial sole objective is the survival of Russia. In the face of the coming trial, to do this, we cannot make the same mistakes as the predecessors. Going forward, weakness in leadership will not be tolerated. What happened to the commies in the world? We have some commies here. And these are a bunch of like old generals. I think he can go. What is it? Zhukov here. We have the Stalinists over here. Like here, look, Mark Hamill. We have like here, They're all spread out. We have libertarian socialism. There are people that just live in straight up igloos over here. And then we have some fascists. These guys. These guys are Stalinists. So they're there, but they're, you know, just hanging out. Yeah, Igloo Gang. If they put a national focus on the libertarian socialists, I will join them. Northern Siberia eventually merges into a theocratic state. Do they like worship the igloo or something? Or the yurt? The right hand. So I have a new guy, Sativinsky. How's Hitler doing? Is he doing alright? Besides dying of Parkinson's? And heroin overdose? Orthodox? I don't think Orthodox people worship igloos. They should, though. Revolt? What? This morning, the Black League garrisons in outlying towns. Terra. Oh, wow. I'm still. Oh, well, they put a lot of men on this border. Oof. While there's undoubtedly some reason used, the command revolt is unclear. So there are people revolting? Alexander Mann leads them. Do I not have I need to secure the capital? Running the gauntlet. Comrade Spring Commander, gunshots and shouts echoed from the floor below us. Internal security agents reasserted control of some cadres that apparently gone rogue. The story of the Omsk government are so the leader was in a concentration camp and he fled. Basically, there are a bunch of people who are diehard hatred with Germany. They want revenge, and they all like hid in metros and stuff. So they want revenge on Germany. Most of them are like survivors of concentration camps, or at least their parents were. And they fled here, and they fled into like the tunnels and stuff, and they started building up the military and factories and stuff like that. That's basically what the Omsk government is. Pretty cool. I'm aware, if only Kurbyshev was here, I'm not ready for this, he thought. So it would seem, trying his best to exude the confidence he lacked as he stood up from his desk and gathered his things. Mobilized everything we got, even the RBS. Locked down the city once we're in control. Yeah, the mod is very detailed. It has a lot of events that I'm trying to read, but my voice is starting to hurt. So if I do start being not quiet, but like not reading the events much. Jeez, it's just event after event, huh? It's like I'm reading a book. When did Hearts of Iron 4 become a what are those anime games that I swear I've never played, where you like a text adventure thing? I don't know. It's like those anime things. Weeb stuff. Under lock and key, Omsk was as always was a mournful husk. Visual novel, yeah. Yeah, Hearts of Iron 4 is the visual novel mod. We just need anime characters now. Lower down in the dark bowels of the city, the composition was ongoing. Thousands of dark-clothed oppressors, each one a brush, painted their heavy boots across the street. So basically we won against the people who were trying to rebel, I think. And we're like killing everybody. Yeah, Yandr, please. So like Himmler, it's not like I like you or anything. Stop giving me ultimatum. Oh, great. Kokeshu. Alright, I'll pay him the tribute. I can't fight two things at once. The Battle of Omsk. Oh, great. With scores of soldiers surging into any traitorous battalions we find, it's only a matter of time before the city is ours. Oh, shit. It's hitting the fan now. Everything is telling me to spend this political power, but I will listen to you guys. The city is secured. The streets of Omsk is silent once more. Dimitri Yazov, heir of the Kavishev and the newly installed leader of the Black League, is defeated in an initial attempt by the conservative officer cliques to dethrone him and derail his plans for radical reform. It seems that Yazov's new order has survived its first real test. Once putting down the other revolts once you secure Omsk. Oh, okay. Let's do the new order. This looks like it's a oh, see, look, hey, a fixed focus tree. Look, I did it, guys. I did it. The new order. A new dawn has risen over Omsk in the League. For too long, we've been nothing but petty officers' club, disciplined rabble. So basically, we're becoming awesome. Which is probably not a word I would use to an ultra nationalist, black cloaked, state atheist, closed economy, no voting, slavery, kill 'em all nation. In accordance, is found guilty. Oh, so this Valukin guy is being like executed. Yeah, he's dead. Get shit on, kid. Let's honor the old general. I liked him. He was cool. Let's honor him. Can they like get people off the border real quick or something? Like, dang, come on, win. Nope. The enemy is defeated. Yeah, get fucked, kid. I'm the best. So we got some Mosins. Awesome. Is this it? Are these the decisions? I think decisions are variable and on a timer. Oh, okay. So I'll just do both of them then. Oh, I can't do both. Okay. Alright, thanks for letting me know. Alright, so these are the ones I need to focus on. Infiltrating these things. And once I'm done with this, I'll just do the other two things. You want a Mosin? Mosins are cool. Mosin's a cool gun. And don't listen to anybody who calls you a what's it called? A FUD. If you think the gun is cool, buy it. That's what I always think. If you think something's cool, buy it. You know, unless it's like, you know, some super weird stuff. A quiet op. Hold on. My dog is scratching at my door. I have to let her in. Okay, don't go. Hey, don't go immediately underneath my desk, silly dog. Ugh. Hey, puppy. My dog wanted inside. All right. They said I was LARP. They said you're LARP cringe for owning a Mosin. Well, I mean, if someone's calling you LARP cringe, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to accept it. They won't be laughing when I smoke. From 1922. Yeah, and then yeah, hopefully it doesn't backfire or jam or anything. So this guy, Kakra Harden, is getting. So I'm purging people. Oh, well, like we're doing the purge. A new age. Every city needs civilians. Surely they'll find use for you. This isn't quite so buddy. This is probably like really important lore. I'm just gonna like read a little bit on top of my head. We got all planned out. I guess Black League got tired of biting in its own heels. Oh, so it's just like people who are living in our cities are like having a little talk. That's cool. I always like that. Like you hear it from like the the civilians. I like this mod. I like how the developers like put a lot of thought into this. I'll probably stream a little bit longer. I'll probably finish when I'm finished with all this, I think. And a grip of cold iron finishes, I think that's when I'm gonna stop streaming. But we've been streaming for a good while, almost 3 hours. So I can't do that. Alright, I'll just wait. Alright, there's nothing else to do. Purchase infantry equipment. Yeah. Am I paused? I am paused. I was wondering why nothing was happening. So in 68 days, I can click on this one. Okay. Well, thanks for watching the stream, guys. My country, I guess, is fascist. It's ultra nationalist. So, just National Socialism without the socialism part, I guess. We lost a great man. Basically, the last guy was really cool. I'm a tyrant, to be honest. Like I'm an ultra nationalist. Everything to the state, I guess. Thanks, Goof. Goof Goop. Ultra nationalist. If I stream tomorrow, it'll probably be about the same time at 10 o'clock. It'll probably be around 10 o'clock tomorrow again. Maybe not 10 o'clock. Depends. I'm gonna try to do it earlier. Maybe 9:40. Depends. Depends on what work is like. Cause I'm working long hours tomorrow. But if it's probably just gonna be 10 o'clock again tomorrow. Bring your friends. Get crunk with your friends and make them watch the stream. Force them to watch the stream. And when I'm at 1 million subscribers, making 5 Lamborghinis a day, you can say you were there. You watched it happen. I can't do Plant Hydra. I need to do undoing this guy's mess. Let's get some gold. Gold. Let's get some oil. I always thought about doing like the Crusader Kings 2 Game of Thrones mod, getting like wasted and playing as Robert Baratheon. I thought that would be fun. Playtime is over, it seems. Under a clear sky. Oh. I thought that would be fun to do. Do the Game of Thrones mod as Robert. And scream about Jaime Lannister and Cersei and all that. Somewhere along those lines, I think, would be fun. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do Crusader Kings 3 when it comes out. When Crusader Kings 3 comes out, I will definitely record that. And I'll probably start recording a little bit of, Kingdom of Israel. Okay. Alright, I will ignore this and not mention it ever again. Yeah, when CK3 comes out, I'm gonna be gone. It's gonna be done. It's only in a month away. Less than a month away. CK3 is out. CK2 challenge to have the most children. I think I'm gonna try before CK3 comes out. This would probably be better. Before CK3 comes out, what do you guys think of this? I'm gonna try to do the 7 Centuries mod. Not mod, 7 Centuries achievement. And stream it. Stream that. But I don't know where to play as. I want to play somewhere safe. 73k. Ooh. The men stood by the still calmly waited their turn to jump. Ooh, out with a crash. So the Japanese just crashed? Their market just crashed? Their economy crashed or something? They look fine to me. Yeah, they look fine to me. Did they crash or did they just like get super powerful? No, goof. No. Ignore it. It's not there. It can't hurt you if you ignore it. Their market crashed. It looks like he's chilling. And it looks like they're having a bunch of... Yeah, their market crashed, huh? Let me check their details. They got state religion, one-party state, censored press, economic laws. No unemployment subsidies. Man, these Japanese guys feel... This World War II Axis success, Japan nuked Pearl Harbor, they seem like jerks. King Farouk is dead. The Sultan of Egypt is dead. Oh, they're being ruled by an emblem now. Who would have thought? Yeah, I'll probably play this tomorrow again. Maybe I'll stream it again tomorrow. And I'll upload this whole video to YouTube as well. Just straight, no editing, straight off the cuff. I'm sure nobody wants to watch a 3-hour video, but I mean, Hearts of Iron 4 videos, I end up, if they're not edited and they're not down to like 10 minutes, I end up, like some people, I used to upload like 30-minute, 40-minute Hearts of Iron 4 videos like apart, and I want to edit it down to like 10 minutes. So people like 10-minute videos, people like 13-minute videos. I know I do. And I watch YouTube like all the time. I watch YouTube like people do TV. So I watch YouTube all the time. I'm sure no one wants to watch a 3-hour video, but I know that when I'm through like a playlist or something, I end up like skipping forward a little bit, not watching the whole thing, sometimes even if it is 10 minutes. So I feel like 3-hour videos, I know it sounds like doesn't really make a lot of sense, but hold on. But 3-hour video would be better just so you can skip around and see what part I'm at, and you know what I mean? Just go along, and if you're interested in a certain section of the video, you can just hit play and watch that. And I think I keep on the events long enough to where people can see it in the skip ahead thumbnail. Like, you know what I mean? When you're like skipping a YouTube video, you can see like the thumbnail change or the video change. So if people want to just see the events, you can read them themselves. The new regime in Omsk now takes another step towards consolidation as the officers push. Okay, so basically we're liquidating people. Let's tackle this. It's going to take 75 days, so we're going to have time dealing with the old guard. But I am excited about trying to do like 7 centuries. Siege of Terra. All in a day's work. Siege our own city. It's kind of mean. The reign of Yazov. Yazov is not nearly as short-sighted. Awesome. Undoing Bukharin's mess. It's funny. Nobody likes Bukharin. Bukharin. Is any wars going on? These guys are grew in states. Tomsk is getting more men. Kokeshu's getting more men. The western people, they have puppets. Vialta has a puppet. So nothing's like big is happening right now. Chance at redemption. So are these the redemption camps again? Must not forget the original purposes of the redemption brigades. Basically, the redemption brigades are people that are people who have committed crimes against Russia, like are prisoners or something, or people who aided the Germans. People basically who were fighting in the war but lost, or were somewhat responsible for Russia losing. We throw them in camps and we make them work. Or we send them to we send them in the army or something. The Free State of Majadan has declared war on Amur. Where is that at? Man, there's so many Russian states I don't even... Ah, here it is. So they're at war. Magadan and Amur are at war. So new prospects. We're not cannon fodder. We get treated almost as well as the regular soldiers. This may come as a shock to your injury, but they're cannon fodder too. So basically, we're like forcing people into war. Camp survivors put people in camps. Yeah, yeah. I consider them to be anti-heroes. Goof goop. All right. Look, they're probably not doing the best things, but you know, it's hey, Russia's got to survive somehow, right? Are you saying you wouldn't lay your life down for Russia in the league? You know what? The commissar isn't around, so fuck it. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. They always tell us how important it is that we will be willing to make the ultimate sacrifice for our motherland. But what has Russia given me? I was born in a bunker. Grew up hiding from bombs and raiders. Before I was fully grown, I'd made it shipped to a concentration camp. I'd been shipped to a concentration camp because I had a big mouth. You haven't lost it. I'm aware of that, Andrew. Well, I just want redemption. Now the service brigades actually office that, and I just don't want to die. So, basically, like, they're just putting people who are cowards or running away into labor camps. And let's not call it labor camps or concentration camp. Let's call it more of not volunteering work. That sounds nicer. Work you don't volunteer for. That sounds good. Work timeout camp. Yeah. Yeah. Talk too much camp. So I'll do this, the research speed. I have two research slots, and I can't build anything. How is my construction going anyway? Wow, I have 3 civilian factories. It will be built. Never. Yeah, see. Equip the auxiliaries. I think the terror bombing debuff is what makes everybody on an equal playing field. Like, so you can't have someone who owns, like, Tomsk, that own, like, 5 or 4 states. They can't build, like, 80 factories, you know? So, That's why they have the. Do they not have the? Do they not have the terror bombings? Jeez, no wonder they have 6 civilian factories and 2 um, civilian. I guess. I mean that means. I mean, I guess it makes sense if the Air Force isn't caring about a certain area and not bombing it, then that place is going to develop more. How goes everything else? Kamarovo declared war on Crescent next. So they're at war. Kamarovo and this guy. I want to play, if I'm doing like another single player game, I want to play as this guy, Rook. He believes that he's like the descendant, or he believes he is the reincarnation of Rook the second, the real life Rook, or Rook the first, the old Russian, or the old I don't know, wasn't Rook kid? And I remember them in the CK2. Weren't they Norse? Does he believe he's a Norse? I mean, alright, so Old Guard has been crushed. The Terror Revolt has been crushed. So I can do this now, right? Train new recruits and silence dissent. Think we could do this now? I'm just gonna do it. Still have 135 political power left. I have all the support equipment I need. I need more artillery. Yeah, the Norse people that settled Muscovy. Yeah, that's what I thought. So he believes he's a play the Brotherhood next. I dabbled in playing them a bit. Do Hyperborea. These guys are insane. Like actually insane people. Like they're a cult. The Unbreakable City. Omsk. Basically, we turned Omsk into a fortress. Omsk is like this big bunker city too, which I thought was pretty cool. People hid from like the bombs and the nukes that were going off in Russia. Were in this timeline, did they launch nukes into Russia, or they just terror bombed and firebombed them? It makes sense if they nuked it. Was Russia nuked or not? Build the Bass Pro Pyramid. Yeah, Hyperborea apparently is in the game. The Brotherhood have a focus tree that if they do like a secret, they go through a few decisions, they end up being like pure pagan area, Hyperborea stuff. But currently right now they're just simps for Nazis. Like their whole focus tree is being a simp. They literally like worship the planes that are bombing them, and they think they're friends and allies. Like they are a Twitch mod. If you want to know what a Twitch moderator looks like, that's right here. This is what a Twitch mod looks like. That is exactly what a Twitch moderator looks like for an e-girl. E-girl Twitch moderator. How to spot a Twitch mod for an e-girl. Notice once it loads up. Oh, see, notice the neck beard. And notice the eyes down. He doesn't want to look you in the eyes. His posture. Slumped over. Now look at the Chad, YouTube streamer. Eyes forward, nice hat, nice style. Shaven, but a slight stubble. Strong chin. That's what peak performance looks like. Thank you, Earl. Yeah, it's been a bit. I haven't really streamed much. I streamed here and there. I streamed a little bit on Twitch. The Brotherhood's leader plays for Himmler's OnlyFans. That's exactly what he does. Many-headed beasts. For every one destroyed, 2 more shall rise. Oh, what is this? The Black League was bigger than any one man. Every officer of the Black League was nominate a successor to maintain the chain of command. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I used to stream on Twitch a little bit. I streamed YouTube every now and then. I wasn't really serious about it, but I'm kind of... I have more free time now, so... The rod on the league, the bloated officers, that lords like feudal kings have been excised. The officers are dead and their cliques shattered to the wind, and their league's territory has been secure. General Yazov will not stand idle in victory. Again, the Chad Dimitri Yazov versus the Beta Guttram Wagner, which, by the way, isn't even his real name. He was named Alexei Alexandrovich Dabrowski. Last one I saw you next world and puppet everything in Kazarek. Yeah, it was. I think I was playing Kiwi Long. That was a fun one. Kazarek is a good game. Kazarek is fun. Thing is, though, you have to like it lags a little bit, and just the wars go on forever. The thing about Kazarek is, arguably one of the most fun places is the United States Civil War. And I know in Hearts of Iron 4, the U.S. is kind of a boring place to play as, just because you have to ship troops over and stuff like that. I find it kind of fun, but when you're in late game Hearts of Iron 4 is, it's so cursed. It's terrible. Not fun. Not fun at all. Late game Hearts of Iron 4 is not a fun place to be. What is this? What is happening? Who are you? This guy looked like a sad Stalin. How's Georgia doing? Oh, Georgia's taken over by Turkey. Okay. Where's Stalingrad? This is where Stalingrad should be, right? Oh, it was taken over by... Okay. Never mind. Let's do these. Should I do construction subsidies? Who cares about construction speed? I can't even build anything. Let's do this. Industrial buildup. 30% chance. We'll add a military factory or civilian factory. Okay, so let's see what I got right now. Where do I see my details? How do I see my nation details? Again. Details. There we go. Alright, we have 7 military factories and 7 civilian. Let's see what happens. Is this like Paulsburg? Yeah, it is kind of ironic, huh? Stalingrad does not... of course Stalingrad wouldn't exist. Like, obviously. Like, I don't know why I was thinking that would still be there. Oh, they have the Gods of the North. Oh, this is what you're talking about. Divine Mandate of Siberia. Sermon of the Father. So there's a bunch of... Oh. Okay. So the reports have slowly begun filtering down from movement of distant communes of Siberia, what it is really one cannot say, but the fact that any forms of news is leaving the region alone has set many wondering what exactly would be happening. Surely if the communes are making any kind of stir for the first time in 20 years, it must be some form of important. Reports speak of stirrings from the religious, though few traders who make their way far north over the East Siberian trade routes have spoken of entire communes chanting in prayer, of churches being filled to the brim, and of some figure pushing them onward. Nobody knows exactly what has spurred this action, but the people of Siberian keep praying for one man. They call him the Father. Nothing but nonsense. So this guy, Alexander Min, who is he? Never asked to be a shepherd of so many, to have the flock's lives. Is it possible to play as this guy? And yet, this was not always so. A Jewish child baptized as an infant, Min's father was taken from him when he was 6 years old, dragged to the gulags by the NKVD on false charges, leaving the young boy with strong conviction against fear of tyranny of so many throughout the world. In the dark times following the death of the Union, Min found himself in the frozen north, comforting the struggling peasantry, offering them God's love. His belief and actions began to gather support among the isolated communities. To the north, marches against the chaos that has inflamed the Holy Motherland for so long. With their Father watchful gaze, they will bring deliverance and salvation to all those who suffer. Cool. Play as the Far East, you can switch to them. So it's a bunch of zealot Siberians. Silence falls. Hold on, I'm pausing this. The gunshots have stopped. Comrade soldiers of the Black League, I speak to you to announce a change on course. Under the direct leadership, our league was a model of efficiency. Victory will be ours. We must make the Russian the apex predator. Oh shit, it's happening. It's happening, boys. It's happening. Form the West Siberian Provincial Authority. It's happening. There's no more focus tree. Okay. We're about to start dunking on kids, I think. We're gonna declare war on somebody soon. I hope I played an actual nation that can fight and not like a hard nation to play as. I mean, I'm sure any Russian is hard to play as. I'm sure playing as the Divine Mandate of Siberia is probably easy to play as. I mean, they only have 4 to 6 divisions, but I'm sure they can take out. Yeah, this is actually the second focus tree that I've unlocked. I'll unlock another one soon. Prepare a raid. I can prepare another raid, but who needs raids? Purchase military access? Why would I need military? Alright, can I... Okay, fight against that guy, or... Let's prepare against... Oh, we can't? We can go against that guy or the West Siberian. We'll do this again. Again, I changed my generals, I think. Iberia announces the creation of the Iberian Council. A useless organization. Oh, look at them. They have an Iberian Council now. I think it's like a joint between Portugal and Spain. I think they're chilling. Is there an event I need to click to do something, or no? Or do I just wait to get a new focus tree? Oh, initiate. Oh, I have to initiate it. Initiate raid against... Oh, no, that's just me. Okay. Let's initiate this raid. Yeah, I thought so. Of course they're gonna pay me tribute. They always pay me tribute. Getting 2 friends and doing a triumvirate game. Well, pretty early on, I don't know unless you can choose not to, but the triumvirate game, like, or the triumvirate, like, it gets canceled unless unless there's like a choice you can do that makes Italy and Spain stick together. But I think the triumvirate's meant to break apart, and I think it's meant for the 3 nations to go to war with each other later on. Oh! Someone play Yubnub in Star Wars. Tragedies consumed Germany as the news spread. Why is this music playing? Oh, it doesn't fit. No, it's supposed to be happy. It's a happy occasion. Tragedy has consumed Germany. Hitler's dead. Germany mourns. A day to remember. And now the Reichstag Emergency Council? Shouldn't it be Bormann? Didn't he name him his heir? Unless... Oh, they're probably about to have a civil war. That'd be my guess. No, Goop. No, he was not a he was not a real one. He had Parkinson's. He was insane. I think he shit himself when he died. Oh, I'm zooming in too much. This is the future you want. Not this. And so that's a lot of whatchamacallit. Do not enter areas. Oh, and the entirety of Germany is a oh, now my computer's slowing down. Uh-oh. Yeah, apparently Yezna, the leader that I'm playing as, fought in the war a little bit when he was a kid, and then like he was raised in a bunker. Of course. Yeah, that's what I thought. The end of the Reich is surely. It is thus necessary that an individual should finally come to realize that his own ego is of no importance in comparison with the existence of the nation. The German Civil War. So it begins. So we got... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So we got the Reichstag. We got Göring's Germany. Der Bundeskrieg. We got Heydrich's Germany, which I don't like that he's Burgundian system, which is the same as Himmler. I'm not a fan of that. We got Speer's Germany, who is a reformist, and we got Bormann's Germany. Okay. So Bormann and Göring are like status quo. Heydrich is insane, and Speer wants reform. Is that about right? Am I saying that right? Bormann and Göring are both like status quo guys. Heydrich is insane. Speer wants reform. Oh, everything's becoming independent. We got... Okay, this guy broke up. Chaos in Ostland. So the model colony is separating up. Bormann is status quo. That makes sense. What's Göring about then? Does he just want to go militarist again or something? Bombing stop. Hey, the bombing stopped. Yay. Oh god. Jesus. Okay. Alright. Chill. Slight reform. Göring wants war with everyone and will fail. Then I hope Göring wins. A new hope. Yazov looked out in a little patch. They've endured. And now it's been quiet in the sky for 3 days straight. What we had wanted most to do was to crawl back in a bunker and forget he had ever been born, to forget the impossible dream, to run. But that would not do. Russia needs a leader. And though he will be an imperfect instrument, he would act. He will look to the heroes of the first trial, to the proud Russian nation, to Gorbachev's determination for his strength. Hans Spiegel, the Franco-Burgundian War, everything. Oh god, it's all falling apart. Cash disappearance causes Moscowian turmoil. Huh. And now we have a new focus tree. Clear skies, the task ahead. But I think that's where I'm going to call it, guys. I think that this is where we're going to end it. I'm going to play this tomorrow, I think, at like 10 o'clock. But I know it's like it's too late. I know now it's finally getting super interesting with the Civil War and everything. We have a new focus tree. Everything's people are declaring war on everything. There's big civil war going on. But I'm gonna call it here, and then we're gonna continue this tomorrow. So thank you guys for coming. We're going to just call it here. All right. Thank you guys. Hope you all have a nice day or a nice night. And you know, thank you. You'll have a nice night. Let's save this. Yeah, I was playing as the Aryan Brotherhood before, and then that's Kaiserreich. All right. Peace. Yes, Earl. Bye.